Right now at 6, a massive power outage in West Salem. The incident involving a squirrel that left 3,700 without power. And Wisconsin Governor Tony Evers visits La Crosse, what he discussed at City Hall.
You're watching WKDT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us at 6. I'm Ken Kozorowski. Emily is off tonight. We will start with the weather. Our chief meteorologist, Greg Barnhart, is tracking rain and some thunderstorms for our Friday evening. Greg.
Yeah, definitely going to be a wet and stormy day for Friday with a severe threat really for the evening hour, and that's why we have the alert day condition in there. We'll still have thunderstorms or even light rain in the morning time frame, but it's the evening round when we get a warm front nearby and then followed by a cold front that bears the most risk. And once again, large hail, damaging winds, the main threat. The tornado risk fairly low. That's probably for more southern Wisconsin, and this is really highest south of I-90 as we go throughout. Now, if you look at the risk right there, it kind of indicates that Richland County, Crawford County, just into Iowa, that's where you have a slight risk or a probable cause. You're going to see some severe weather. It lightens up as you go further north. Everyone's going to see some thunderstorms and even some small hail as you go further north too. Once again, the rounds will be about at least a couple rounds with maybe a third. Today we actually got fairly warm temperatures. Once again, 50s. We had a lot of cloud cover once again, so it wasn't quite as warm as we had previously, but still above average to see a lot of 50s out there. Currently right now we just have cloud cover. High cirrus clouds are kind of beginning to thicken up across the area. Temperatures are still in the 50-degree mark too for overall, and you see the cameras still looking good. So no issues for the evening commute, and if we time out, really no issues overnight until we get to the last round of basically getting close to the morning commute. 5 to 6 you see the line of showers and maybe embedded thunderstorms hitting about the Mississippi River at that point. So later on we'll kind of time out the rest of the storms for the evening. We have a lot of rainfall to look at too, and then we'll answer the question if the spring warmth continues. That all coming up a bit later.
To it. Thank you, Greg. And a reminder, you can track weather on your block by downloading the First Warn Weather app. You can find it at the App Store or on Google Play. West Salem recovering after a power outage. According to Excel, it was caused by a squirrel coming into contact with a transformer. Over 3,700 customers lost power around 10 a.m. The outage also impacting schools. The district closing up for the day as a precaution. And the outage also affecting businesses.
So the whole building went shut. We came outside and saw our neighbors, their power went out too. And one of the neighbors did say they saw a flash. So that's all we know about it.
The school district also canceled Boys and Girls Club activities. A News 8 follow-up, a condemned sign is now up on the Barnes & Noble location at Valley View Mall. On Tuesday, it was closed due to a safety issue. It was reportedly tied to a leaky roof and water damage. In La Crosse, the 6th floor of City Hall could soon see an upgrade. The Finance Committee might vote tonight on reportedly spending $32,000 for reconstruction. The 6th floor is also where the mayor's office is. And there's a story tonight in a shortage of foster homes in La Crosse County. Grace Monk spoke with experts tonight on why that is and what's needed soon. Grace.
County officials say they aren't sure why the number of foster homes has decreased, but they do know the need for more foster homes is critical. The shortage makes it difficult to keep foster kids close to home. When there's not room locally, kids are sent to homes outside of the county. It also makes it difficult to keep siblings together in the same home. A supervisor from the county's Family and Children's section says this can impact their well-being.
Not only is it challenging when we have to remove them from their home, it then adds another layer when we have to separate them as siblings, because those are the people that they're growing up with.
Schrader says counties across the state are facing the same issue. And anyone interested in becoming a foster parent can call the Family and Children's section at 608-789-4834. In the newsroom, Grace Monk, News 8 Now.
Thank you, Grace. Local small business owners are speaking out about the impact of tariffs. They met with La Crosse County Board Supervisor Kelly Leibold. Organizers say tariffs are hitting everything from food to hair products.
Across the border, everything was slowed down, everything was more expensive. Aside from the tariffs, the fees at all the Customs Border Patrol clearance and processing fees have gone up.
The business owners from Sugar Mama and Omega Bakery were among those at the table. Governor Tony Evers visiting La Crosse today, highlighting efforts to ban partisan gerrymandering in the state. News 8 Now's Brooklyn Hine joins us in the studio tonight with those details. Brooklyn.
Governor Evers met with election workers at La Crosse City Hall today. He's calling for a special session to pass a constitutional amendment. It'll ensure legislative maps drawn after the 2030 census remain fair.
End of the decade, they're going to have to redo the maps anyway. So we can't wait till then, and then all of a sudden whoever's in charge of the legislature then, the Democrats and the Republicans, are saying, well, how can we make this work for us? That's not the right position to take. We need to make sure that gerrymandering is against the law in Wisconsin.
Today's stop in La Crosse is part of a statewide tour highlighting his push to make fair maps a permanent part of Wisconsin's Constitution. The special session is set for April 14th. Live in the studio, Brooklyn Hine, News 8 Now.
Thank you, Brooklyn. La Crosse students getting a hands-on look at where their food comes from. It's thanks to Western Technical College and the nonprofit GROW. They brought students into Western's greenhouse to learn about growing food. This year alone, nearly 1,500 students have taken part.
We get to see all of the second graders, fourth graders, and seventh graders come in to visit the greenhouse and campus for hands-on learning that connects directly to their science curriculum.
The new partnership will last for 5 years. Well, the results are in from the 2026 World Championship Cheese Contest. This year, no championships were won by Wisconsinites, and only 2 are from the United States. Beecher's handmade cheese out of Seattle won natural rinded cheddar, and Vermont's Jasper Hill Creamery is the ripened hard cheeses champ. You can see the full list at worldchampioncheese.org. UW-La Crosse and Viterbo University students teaming up for a special training event earlier today. The 10th annual Impact program brought together more than 120 students from multiple health disciplines. They worked in teams on simulated patient cases at both campuses. This year's event focused on age-friendly healthcare for older adults. And UWL held its Take an Eagle to Breakfast event this morning. The networking event connects students with local business professionals in the Bluffs Ballroom. Nearly a dozen businesses were in attendance, including Ultra, Quick Trip, and Citizens State Bank.
This really gives us the opportunity to get to know people, to know faces and names. And then when you see these people outside of this event, I can go, oh, hey, like I met you at the Take an Eagle to Breakfast event, and they'll know me, they'll know them. I've met a lot of students here too, not just professionals or faculty. So it's even given me some friends.
The UWL College of Business Administration Silver Eagles Alumni Group organized the event. In breaking news in the sports world, former Green Bay Packers president and CEO Bob Harlan died today at age 89 after being recently hospitalized with pneumonia. Harlan transformed the franchise during his tenure from 1989 to 2008, hiring general manager Ron Wolf and overseeing the team's Super Bowl 31 victory. He also led the $295 million redevelopment of Lambeau Field. Still to come, a flight from Dane County Regional Airport ends in tragedy. The plane crash that shook an Illinois neighborhood. And a record-breaking earthquake hits Louisiana. The unusual seismic event coming up.
Tomorrow morning, can't stop thinking about food. Our Hy-Vee dietitian is here to talk food noise and how to quiet it. And our severe forecast when we see you at 5 a.m.
Get an 11% rebate at Menards. Dutch Boy Forever Interior Paint and Primer offers powerhouse protection with its stain-blocking, odor-reducing technologies. Pristine Interior Paint and Primer in One is Dutch Boy's best hiding and most durable paint. It delivers a smooth, elegant finish while providing maximum scuff, stain, and mark resistance. Get $15 instant savings on a qualifying $100 purchase of Dutch Boy and Purdy products, plus an 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
My experience with Gruber Law Offices, it's one call, that's all. You make one phone call and the rest is handled for you.
I only really did one thing, and that was call them.
To me, one call, that's all literally means one call, that's all.
It's real, and they're everything they, make themselves out to be.
We didn't have to do nothing but make that one call, and he took care of the rest.
Gruber Law Offices, one call, that's all.
When Gruber Law Offices says one call, that's all, they mean it.
In
It's easier than ever to save more than ever during the Flex Steel Factory Authorized Sale, happening now at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota. Right now at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota, you'll find exciting designs, stunning fabrics, and the best prices of the year. A savings of up to 40%. Sofas, sectionals, recliners, even luxurious leather. The possibilities are endless. Plus, there's even special financing on all Flex Steel furniture. Unlimited choices, special financing, and the best prices of the year. Now at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota.
We're starting the new year with our biggest sale of the year at Interior Designs Holman. All our carpets are on sale, so you'll save money and get more for free. Free measuring and estimating at your home. Free furniture moving, even that heavy couch and king-size bed. Free removal of your old carpet and padding, and we'll recycle it. Free life of carpet labor warranty for as long as you own the carpet. All at the lowest prices of the year and 12 months no interest financing. Save money and get more for free during the biggest carpet sale of the year, going on now at Interior Designs Holman.
A small plane crash killing the pilot in Illinois. The single-engine Cessna went down last night after departing from Dane County Regional Airport and was bound for Chicago's Executive Airport. Evelyn Holmes has more on the investigation.
It's a tragedy, and we're kind of shooken up. It was 4 houses down.
Daylight reveals the damage to the Cessna T-210 after it crashed in this quiet neighborhood, leaving the plane's pilot dead and people here shaken. The crash happened last night around 9:45 in an unincorporated Deerfield. That's when people living in the townhouse community in the 800 block of Swallow Street heard several loud booms.
We were working on the car in the garage, and we saw the lights sort of coming in, and then we started hearing the trees, like the tops of the trees getting hit, and then we just saw it come in and then go straight down, and we knew it was a plane crash either way.
First responders arrived to find a single-engine plane on the ground.
The cops were already there. The firefighters were working on the plane, and they were trying to rescue the pilot.
Witnesses say the plane hit the roof of one of the townhomes as it plummeted to the ground.
Our very close family friends, our 2 homes where the plane landed right behind. Wow. So I was just extremely thankful it didn't crash into the house and kill anybody.
Investigators say the 75-year-old pilot from the northwest suburbs was the only person on board when the plane departed from Dane County Regional Airport. It was headed to Chicago's Executive Airport in Wheeling before it crashed. Neighbors say the pilot purposely steered away from the homes as the plane went down and consider him a hero.
He's true hero because if he hit the building, this is townhouses, they're all connected, it would be fire and it would like explode like a match, you know, and like he saved a lot of lives.
Later today, members of the National Transportation Safety Board and the Federal Aviation Administration are expected to arrive at the scene. Investigators say the pilot did not appear to make any distress calls before the plane crashed.
However, they're going to go through that aircraft. They're going to look to see if they can determine if there were mechanical issues with the aircraft. They're going to look at weather to see if that was a factor. It could have been a medical emergency as well. There's a lot on the table right now. Really, nothing's been ruled in, nothing's been ruled out.
Meantime, crews removed a small plane from a North Phoenix neighborhood today. It crashed into 2 homes Wednesday morning near Deer Valley Airport. Officials used a large crane to lift the aircraft from a backyard where it landed nose down. A portion of the wing that broke off and hit another home was also removed from the rooftop. 3 people were injured in the crash, but all are in stable condition. An earthquake in northwest Louisiana early this morning is one for the record books. Its magnitude was 4.9 according to the U.S. Geological Survey. That's the most powerful ever on Louisiana soil, beating out a 4.2 in 1930. The quake does not appear to have caused any injuries or severe damage. And we will have more news ahead tonight, but first.
Definitely an active end to the work week when we have storms, maybe severe, a lot of rainfall, but still spring warmth. We'll kind of time out the storms and show you how long this spring warmth will continue. That all coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
Orange Days have arrived at Ashley. This week only, get massive savings with Doorbuster starting at just $249 and pay 0% interest for 60 months with no money down. Plus, free white glove delivery. Orange Days at Ashley, March 3rd through 9th. It's deals, it's major, it's now.
Do the plans for your new home include a fireplace? Is your builder using La Crosse Fireplace Company? Our showroom has over 70 units on display to help inspire you. We'll design more than just your Heat and Glow fireplace. We'll help you pick the perfect stone, mantle, and hearth, making your Heat and Glow fireplace the focal point of your new home. Visit our showroom today or call us for your free estimate. La Crosse Fireplace Company, Mormon Coulee Road, because your place is by the fire.
To everyone who values tradition, what does tradition mean to you?
Our family's been doing fish fry here for years.
At Culver's, we make our fish fry the way tradition deserves.
Hand battered, right here in the restaurant.
Right here.
Right here.
The food here never disappoints.
And the best part, we get to sit and enjoy the company. Hey,
Helping you spend time with your family, it's what we're all about.
From Wisconsin with love. Welcome to Delicious!
I met my abuser when I was 10. He was my Sunday school teacher. At 18, I was pressured to marry him. Chris Taylor was the first person to stand up for me. She worked with both parties and with law enforcement to pass laws to protect survivors like me. Chris listened, and my abuser went to prison. On the Supreme Court, Judge Chris Taylor will continue to protect Wisconsin.
Judge Chris Taylor, protecting our rights, defending our freedoms.
What if we had a better treatment for cancer? What if it could find and destroy your cancer cells, but avoid your healthy ones? And what if it allowed us to watch your cancer shrink more easily and accurately than ever before? Meaning personalized treatments, fewer side effects, and more living. It's called Theranostics, and we're leading the charge, turning what-ifs into remarkable realities. UW Health Carbone Cancer Center. Remarkable.
This week only at Ashley's Orange Days. Get massive savings with doorbusters starting at just $249. And get 25% off one item plus 20% off on the rest of your purchase. Or 0% interest for 60 months with no money down. Only at Ashley's Orange Days.
Yeah, it's March now, so severe weather starts becoming more of a factor. And we'll get more of it as we go into April and May. And this one is going to be some severe for some areas, but still it's fairly limited in the scope and area. But it's really Friday evening. Now, we will see some rain for Friday morning's commute, but it's not expected to be severe, and more showers throughout the day. But it's the evening when that warm front gets just north of the area and the cold front swinging through. That's the time frame. Hail, damaging winds. Hail definitely because of the time of the year, the lower freezing level. That's always a good bet. The wind so much a little bit. Now, if you're thinking about tornado risk, that's really low. That's more probably towards southern Wisconsin out of our area. And once again, along and south of I-90 is the greatest risk right now. If you look at the bigger picture of the risk, really going to quite see an outbreak of even strong tornadoes as you go forward to the Central Plains. This thing stretches all the way up into the southern Wisconsin. We are under that probable to maybe possible area 2. Everyone will see some thunderstorms likely, and the threats, once again, the hail is a big factor too going on, low risk tornado, and the flooding is more now type of flash flooding. It's more ponding of water, low-lying areas that typically do that since we have somewhat of a frozen ground, not completely, and we have snow on the ground. So all that combined could give you some rises of creeks and rivers and some low-lying flooding. That's why I got that pointed right there. Overall, this is a little closer zoom-up picture of county by county. Further to the north, you can see that blue area right there. That's because we could see a little bit of a changeover probably after like 3 a.m. for the areas north of Eau Claire. Not expecting an accumulation, but for the morning commute, you might see some flakes flying up there. Otherwise, this green area, that's probably the greatest risk I've outlined for runoff, given that we have a snowpack in the ground out there. It has diminished from yesterday to today. Now it's down to probably less than about 2 to 3, but that area definitely still has it. There is a lot more snow, obviously, to the northern Wisconsin, but they're not going to see the rainfall as much, too. So area-wide, creeks like the Kickapoo, the Trempealeau, the Black, maybe even the upper Iowa, too, are all going to see some rises and might get actually to action stage. That'll be kind of refined as we get once the water gets into the system and we can get going through here. But overall, 1.5 to 2 inches likely for a lot of the areas. Some of the areas could get over 2, just depends if you get several rounds of thunderstorms to come through. We get that rain rate pretty high. It does drop off pretty quickly, and there's a lot more question marks exactly how much rain will fall north of I-94. It might be just less than a half of an inch or maybe even less than that, but I think everyone will see it. Greatest risk obviously is south of I-90. Given all this in, it's going to be quite a temperature difference across the area tomorrow. upper 40s to the low 60s. It just depends on where this warm front, which I think will lift up to about I-90, and that's what's going to go on. Right now, the system is taking shape well to the south. Just have cloud cover going on. As we get to about 4 a.m., there's your rain that'll be coming. Kind of enhanced it right there, so that should be moderate rainfall potentially for areas south of I-90. It does kind of tend to favor more southern Wisconsin coming through in the morning hour, but there will be activity going on further north as we go throughout the day. And really, it's kind of off and on showers in the afternoon, with many areas kind of seeing a break in action until we get after the evening commute. And there comes the activity, which I've enhanced it right there. That's where the severe risk comes in, as that lifts out of the area. That's where we could see the severe going on to about midnight. And then after that, we might actually have, there's your snow coming back in for some areas further north. And Saturday, a drop in temperatures, but not far from average. And then we kind of warm right back up. Spring then eventually does come to an end, at least right now, as we get to Tuesday, as that cold front, several of them come through, and we get more wintry type conditions Tuesday night and Wednesday. Could be some snow accumulation here or there. We'll have to give and take, but some areas might hit 70 on Monday, while other areas may struggle to get 50. Another kind of a big temperature difference going on.
Yeah, a little variety right there.
Yeah, definitely. It's March.
Yep. Thanks, Greg. Coming up next in sports, Can't Guard 'em. One of those moments that makes you appreciate sports happening last night in Madison. Hear from head coach Greg Gard on the special scene last night for senior night. Jacob is next.
Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions, your choice for quality, affordable windows, installed by our experienced team. Contact us or stop into our showroom today for your free estimate.
If you want selection, then that's what we've got at King Furniture. More mattresses. Did you know you spend a third of your life sleeping? So you better have the best mattress you possibly can. King has a huge selection to choose from at every price range. We'll even deliver your new mattress and haul away the old one for free. Take time to find the exact mattress you want, because you're going to be sleeping on this for a while. Head into King Furniture today.
We are the Dillos. We are from Northern Kentucky. Being out in a rural area, coverage is pretty hit and miss with other carriers, so switching to T-Mobile solved a lot of problems that we had.
I'm able to use T-Satellite now. We've got coverage no matter where we're at.
America's best network meets off-the-grid satellite coverage with T-Satellite. And now switch to T-Mobile and get free phones for $0 down. Plus 4 lines for only $25 per month per line.
Better service, better price, win-win.
Some days, everything goes your way. This is not one of those days. Good thing the Gator XUV can navigate rugged terrain and haul whatever the day demands. Because when work happens, you've got a Gator for that. The Gator XUV, built for every kind of workday.
Conquer every task on your list. Visit Tractor Central, take a seat, and see for yourself why nothing runs like a deer. Start now at TractorCentral.com.
If you have a crack like this, well, you have a problem. Today I'm learning how a cracked wall might mean your foundation is sinking.
It always points towards the area where it's sinking. For example, this corner here, we're down almost a full inch of drop.
Right, so that's going down and that's causing the crack.
Correct. And then this door, they don't even use that door anymore. It cannot open.
Innovative Basement Authority is now Groundworks. Schedule a free inspection.
Covering all the exciting action from your community. Here's News 8 Now Sports with Jacob Lansendorf.
Well, in just over a half an hour, sectional semifinals will get underway for girls basketball around Wisconsin. At the end of the night, just a handful of teams will be just one win away from locking up a spot in the state tournament. Here's a rundown of who's all in action tonight. In Division II, second-seeded La Crosse Central will be facing top-seeded Rice Lake, that one going down in Chippewa Falls. In Division III, number 1 seed Aquinas will face off with Wisconsin Dells, who enters the contest unbeaten. That game happening in Reedsburg. In Division IV, Luther will look to hand Partyville just their second defeat of the season, that happening in Baraboo. And 2 semifinals in Division V with area schools. DeSoto and Indy Gill will do battle from Arcadia, while Oliva Strum will look to keep their perfect record alive when they face Owen Withee in Altoona. Do not miss our highlights and scores coming up later tonight at 10. And in case you missed it last night, at the tail end of the Badger game against Maryland, one of the moments of the year happening in the waning seconds. On senior night, Greg Gard's son, Isaac, playing in his final game at the Kohl Center, a place he knows so well, and he splashes a three from way downtown to send the crowd and bench into a frenzy. And seconds later, he gets subbed out, receiving a standing ovation and a hug from Dad, of course, on the sideline. It's a moment that's been years in the making, says Greg.
He literally grew up in this gym. Before he could walk, he sat in the car seat during practice, and he started crying. Bo would yell at me to get him to quiet down over there. And then as soon as he could walk, man, he's running around with the ball. He knows every player from 2003 he was born. So shortly after that, he knew the roster before he knew the alphabet. So he's lived it.
Here he comes.
Such an awesome moment, and some good news on the injury front today. After taking a tumble right there in the second half, it's been deemed that Nolan Winters sustained a lower body injury and is, quote, day-to-day per a Wisconsin spokesperson. He's averaging 13.3 points and 8.6 rebounds per game. So good news right there.
For sure.
But just what an awesome moment. Greg was talking about how the team was calling up certain plays for Isaac to get this score at the end, too, of course.
Yeah, because he only got 2 shots towards the end of the game, and to hit it right in front of his dad, too. His dad was literally right behind him as he took flight from that deep three, and that's one of the special moments for sure.
Absolutely.
Every single year, there's like that senior who hasn't seen a lot of playing time, and the crowd always goes nuts.
And they lost on senior night, I believe, last year, too. So the other guys on the team talk about how it means so much for them to get a win for those guys.
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jacob. We'll have one more check of your forecast right after this.
Don't miss Home's preferred customer event. Get up to an extra 15% off sale prices, plus 3-year special financing on your favorite furniture brands in bedroom, dining room, living room, and mattresses. The preferred customer event, only at Home Furniture.
Get an 11% rebate at Menards. Transform your space with Mohawk Urban Forged tile. It combines a bold modern look and beautiful natural stone with slip-resistant technology. Get 12 by 24-inch Urban Forged tiles for a value of $3.99 each after rebate. Complete your tiling project with professional mortar and grout from Tech. Our grout is stain-proof and never needs to be sealed. Pick up a 7-pound bag for an $18.99 value after rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Here I am, field trip chaperone.
Before helping prevent migraine with Qulipta, it was hard keeping plans.
And look at me now.
You'll never truly forget migraine, but Qulipta reduces attacks, making more zero migraine days possible to help give that forget you get migraine feeling.
Don't take if allergic. Stop taking and get help right away for allergic reactions like trouble breathing, face, lip, or tongue swelling, itching, or rash. Tell your doctor about increased blood pressure or color changes, pain, or numbness in fingers or toes.
Ask your doctor about Qulipta to help prevent migraines.
Spring is just around the corner, and right now at Home Seasonal Concepts, get a free custom order patio fabric upgrade from select top outdoor furniture brands. Plus, get up to 15% off sale prices and 3-year special financing on porch and patio at Home Seasonal Concepts.
All right, we'll have rain in the morning, could be heavy at times, but the severe risk is really in the evening, 8 to about 11 p.m. And most of this is along and south of I-90, but we could still see some issues further north. The one thing we will still have is spring-like forms through Monday, but then winter comes back for the second half of next week, so enjoy it while it lasts.
All right, we will. Thanks for joining us at 6. We'll see you tonight at 10.